Okay, I think we are good to go. Awesome, awesome. What's up, Ricky? What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Is the chat open for everybody? Please let me know if it's open. I'm hoping it's open. I think it should be. Guys, if you can let me know if the chat is working, we're gonna get started very soon. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm running solo today. We're running solo today on this webinar. Christian was unfortunately unable to make it. Something came up very last minute. However, it is all good. For those of you that are already here, guys, we're just gonna give it about 2 or 3 more minutes. We have a lot of people starting to pile in, but I do want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to hop in. For those of you that have already been on one of our webinars, you guys already know how it goes. We're going to talk a lot about what inspired us to build Leaf 360, what we are currently obviously going to be launching very soon, and just a lot of the pain points that we're going to be tackling for a lot of loan officers out there. And if it's your first time, if you haven't hopped on a webinar, I kind of just explained how we go about it. But seriously though, today you guys are going to get a chance to talk with me, ask questions. I'll have tons of answers. And if I don't know the answer, I will tell you guys I do not know. And we're obviously going to demonstrate the new product launch that is coming out very, very soon, within a few weeks. I know a lot of people are emailing, asking all sorts of questions, and we can't wait to get it out to every single one of you. If you guys don't mind me asking, yeah, let's go LOG. I can't repeat that because this is recorded. But seriously though, if you guys don't mind me asking, if you guys can just put, where you're coming from. I know we're all obviously online. But just what state you guys are in, what area you guys are in. I'm in South Florida myself, so I'm just north of Miami. Would love to see if we have any other South Florida people. Okay, cool. We got New York. I believe that's Pennsylvania. Oh man, Colorado. Who's in Colorado? I want to go back to Colorado. Let me see. Josh, of course. Josh, what's going on, Josh? Long time no see, man. Winter Garden, awesome. I lived near Winter Garden for a year when I was in college. Um, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, all right. Yeah. I love Colorado, guys. I know we're not here to talk about Colorado, but I think it's a beautiful place. I love the mountains. I love the winter time. It's awesome. I was never there during the summer, so I couldn't tell you. But anyways, we'll give it about 1 more minute before we get kick started. If okay, man, we got a lot of people in here. All right, awesome, awesome. So we're gonna give it 1 more minute, and then we already got Greenville, South Carolina. Awesome. My best friend is actually near Greenville. So I don't know if this is Jason on here. That's anonymous. I don't know. Uh, Kansas City, of course. That's my main man, Josh, right there. All right, guys. You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and get started. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. I think we have enough people in here already. So first and foremost, you will notice I'm looking here. That's just because my monitor's here, my camera's here. So I do apologize if I'm not staring at you guys directly. But thank you all so much for joining in today for our webinar. It's going to be a little bit quicker, actually, this call, just because of the fact that I'm here by myself, which is obviously great. So that way, I'm not going to eat up an hour of you guys' time, but I'm more than happy to stay on to answer any questions after. And if you guys have any questions as I'm going throughout the webinar, please, we do have the Q&A option, so you guys can actually ask questions in here. That way, everybody can see it. So, I encourage you guys to ask questions. Let's get started. So first and foremost, my name is Nicholas. I'm the co-founder here at Leaf 360. And just so you guys understand my background, I used to be a loan officer. I was a loan officer for about 4 years. And I would like to say I was a pretty decent loan officer. I think I was pretty good, right? I didn't start off as a pretty decent loan officer. I was struggling. And just so you guys understand, my family comes from the background of mortgages. So my dad got into the mortgage industry because his uncle was in the mortgage industry, and my dad's been doing it. He had been doing it for 25 years. And I swore up and down, everybody, I really did, that I would never get involved in mortgages. I always said, man, I just don't want to do it, right? I don't want to get involved in it. And long story short, ended up getting dragged into doing mortgages, right? Became a loan officer when I was about 19. I retired, moved into software at 23. But during my 4 year stint, we were always using Arive. And we were constantly hopping around from CRM to CRM. And during this time, a lot of people, a lot of coaches that I paid for, a lot of YouTube personalities, celebrities, influencers, etc., they always said the same thing. You need a great CRM. And I took it to heart. I was like, okay, I want to be able to run a successful business. It took me 3 months before I closed my first deal, and I was like, well, if I have a CRM, it's going to help me close a lot quicker. Then I want that. So we started getting on the hunt, looking for the best CRMs. We tried different instances of Go High Level. We tried Pipedrive, Bonzo. We tried all the different systems, and we stumbled across Follow Up Boss. Now, Follow Up Boss is a primarily real estate integration CRM. The reason we stumbled across it is because we had three realtor brokerages that invited us to work with them. So it got to a point where we're like, okay, we have so many different logins in the system and we kind of like it. Let's just create our own. Long story short, started using that, saw a lot of success with it, but we realized that there was truly no solution that was just made for mortgage brokers. We were just kind of patching things up. We were putting band-aids, right, on a wound. We were putting band-aids. We weren't really healing everything. So this is where Leaf 360 was starting to be born. And I promise you guys, I'm not trying to bore you with a story. We're gonna get into the demo. Just like I promise, 2 more minutes. All right, if you don't leave. Now I see no one's leaving anyways. We got a bunch of people joining. But seriously, we realized that loan officers needed a solution, and it started with our own company. And we also realized that this wasn't just about us. This was about creating a solution that was nationwide. And it was about more than just a CRM. What a lot of people don't tell you is that your mortgage business, or like, whatever you want to call it, is more than just getting clients and referral partners. Yes, that is a big part of it. But if you just try to run a one-man shop for the rest of your life, it is very difficult. I talk to a lot of people, actually, a lot of people that are here on this call, and I hear it all the time. Man, Nicholas, I'm tired of running a one-man shop. Nicholas, I want to grow my team. I need all these things to manage. But what happens is that we need all these different tools, all these different subscription, all these different things to actually run our mortgage business. It's more than just a CRM. You have to recruit, you have to hire, you have to onboard, you have to manage these people that are working in your team, whether it's another loan officer, whether it's an LOA, whether it's a processor. We have to worry about our lender relationships as well, the AEs that we work with. For a lot of you that are, I'm sure you've gone through this where you're kind of emailing multiple AEs for different pricing scenarios. Can anybody relate to that? I don't know if you guys can put that in the chat. Have you ever done that where you like sent out multiple emails to different AEs for different pricing scenarios? I don't know if that's just how we rock down here in South Florida, but that is a very, very common thing we do down here. 100%, right? And unfortunately, we're trying to, manage all these different aspects of our business. A simple CRM doesn't always just cut it. What we built at Leaf 360 and what I'm going to show you guys is a ecosystem. It is a workspace, a system that allows you not just to have a CRM, but also to have a designated space to recruit people, a designated space to focus and work with your lenders, with your AEs, a designated space to connect everything. That is what Leaf 360's future is. That's what the vision that I want to bring you guys into. We're not just building a CRM and launching it. Yes, that is obviously what is going to be launched very soon to you all, but it's a lot more than that. It's really about changing the way that we operate as loan officers. For the longest time, my dad's always said this, mortgage systems have always been 10 years behind real estate. And I'm sure you guys can realize that. Like genuinely, if you look at a lot of the real estate software out there, it's very advanced, or at least it's a bit more advanced than what we have. I mean, I know a lot of people that are still using Encompass. No shame to Encompass, but we all know it's kind of archaic, right? And the thing is that what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring the mortgage industry 10 years in front of the real estate industry. So we want to jump 20 years. That's the goal with this. So without further ado, guys, I know I've been doing a lot of talking, taking up about 9 minutes of talking. I do apologize. We're going to get right into showing my screen here and showing you guys what you came here for. All right, so let's get to it. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm just getting my screen share open. 1 second. Bear with me, people. I know you guys got patience. You guys have been waiting already. There we go. And then, bam. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And then if you guys don't mind, just because I'm writing solo here, can you guys see my screen in the chat? Can you guys let me know if you can see that over there? Okay, awesome. By the way, if anybody wants to have their video on, I'm going to offer you guys to be panelists. You don't have to, but I'm just going to do this really quickly before we start. I'll invite you all. If you want to be a panelist, you can get your video on. If it allows you to talk, I ask that you do not unmute right now, just because of the fact that, once again, I'm writing solo here. I don't have control over this fully, but I'm just going to go ahead and invite everybody if you guys want to get your beautiful faces on, just so I can see the beautiful people that are attending this webinar. I know you guys are taking time out of your day. All right, cool. So I just invited everybody. All right, so let's get into it. Like I said, for those of you that have not had the opportunity to be on one of the webinars, and you haven't really seen our brand new system, I'm sure this is going to be a little bit of a shock. But for those of you that have already had the opportunity to be here, we have had a few updates since last week. So without further ado, let's get right into it. As we already discussed, Leaf 360 is more than just a CRM. If I click over here really quickly, you guys can see that we have a few different workspaces, which is what we call them. And just to give you guys kind of like a little sneak peek, we have our recruiting workspace. We have our wholesale workspace. This is for wholesale lenders. We actually have Mike Brandeo from MLB Wholesale, a good friend of ours, and he's been working with us for a few months, actually helping us build the platform. He's on this call and he's using this and they're running with it. But for the purpose of today's call, we're really going to focus on the CRM. Now, as you guys can see with the workspaces, each and every single one of them are unique and customized for that specific access aspect of your business. So if I'm in my CRM, I'm focusing on my clients, my referral partners. I'm not really focusing on recruiting, hiring. That's what I have my recruiting workspace for. So everything is essentially completely siloed. That way you can be a lot more effective and a lot more focused as you're working in your business. But let's get into the CRM. I'm a loan officer. I want to start working. Where do I start? Well, first and foremost, when you first pop into Leaf 360, you're going to have access to your dashboard page. Now, within the dashboard, this is all going to be fully customizable. I want you guys to understand the name of the game is full customization, okay? Whether you are a team leader, whether you're an individual LO, whether you're working as a branch inside of a company, you will have full access to essentially customize the CRM exactly how you'd like it. So even if you're not an admin level necessarily, you could still customize it to make sure that it fits how you work. Within the dashboard, we provide all sorts of metrics here at a quick glance that are fully customizable. Really just important things that you need to see at a quick glance as a loan officer. How many active leads do I have? Closed, conversion rates, what does my current revenue for the month look like? You can organize this by different date ranges and custom ones as well. And you can even do comparisons. So I can even compare how am I looking month over month? How am I looking these first 6 months compared to last year's first 6 months? Little things like that you're going to have access to. You have quick access to your pipeline funnel just to see where all of your clients are at within the process. We have an AI coach as well. There's a lot of AI in the system that we built. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it, but the AI coach is really cool. It's one of my favorite AI tools that we built that allows, it really scours the system and looks for high opportunities, action items, and even risks that are coming up. So maybe you have a rate lock that's expiring, appraisal delay, maybe you have a refi opportunity, it has a built-in rate watch. Maybe you have first-time buyers that are popping up. Little things like that, those are going to show up based on the AI coach. Over here, we have different forecasts, goals, your top referral partners. Mind you, there's a whole separate reporting dashboard, so this is just a quick glance. Your team leaderboard as well, so you can see how you, your team, your LOAs, your processors, whoever's in the system are performing. And then once again, just an expanded action center. Moving on, a lot of people had questions about this on the last call. We didn't really talk about it too much, but I did want to open up with it just really quickly. This is our inbox. So for a lot of you that are wondering, hey, Nicholas, when I sign up with the CRM, can I make calls? Can I send emails? Can I text people? 100%. At launch, which is very soon, at launch, we are going to have unlimited calls, unlimited texting. That's going to be included in your plan. And you can also, it will also be connected directly to your email. So whether you're using Google, Outlook, whatever domain you have, all of that will be connected here within your inbox. You can obviously make calls from the system, text people, etc., email as well. This is just your inbox. So the inbox is really just pulling in all that information. Once we go into a client's profile, you'll also be able to see that information within there as well. But if I were to click a call, I can see the notes, I can see transcripts, I can see AI recordings as well. And if the person doesn't already exist in the system, I can actually create that contact from here. Moving on, what we've done is, as a loan officer, I think a lot of times we like to mix and jumble our business where we just kind of put everybody into one pipeline, right? Where we just say, okay, I'm going to put all my leads, all my loans, all my past clients, all my business partners right here in one place. Not that that's wrong, but it's not ideal, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Okay, guys, I'm not telling you I'm the most profound expert, but this is just from my experience. What we've done is we've separated your sales pipeline, your loan pipeline, and even your business contacts. Now, sales, once again, guys, you can rename this if you like. It's really just anybody that is pre-application or even a past client. So the idea behind your sales pipeline is if I were to come into here, this is strictly going to be people that are leads. And then within my leads pipeline, I have different focus views or smart lists or whatever you want to call it. But the idea is that every single one of these is going to have specific filters that are going to pull clients in and out of these as I'm moving them along the process. For example, John Doe right now, you could see that he's in a not contacted list. The reason for that is because the system recognizes that we have not spoken with him, whether that's an email, a call, a text. It recognizes because of the built-in inbox, obviously, the built-in dialer, that we have not communicated with him. Assuming that I've communicated with John and I move him to a different stage, I disposition him, he would obviously get moved over, and then now he would be contacted. And then eventually you see, as you can see right there, he's automatically moved out of my not contacted list. Same thing with Jane Smith. If I were to move her to hot, for example, she would automatically leave that list, and then now Jane Smith is in my hot list. This UI is actually still undergoing updates, so this is actually going to change quite a bit before we launch. But nonetheless, the functionality will be, for the most part, the same. Just briefly, within the client's profile, you have the ability to leave notes, obviously, send emails. We have a separate email builder, which I will show you guys as well. That is really cool. But we have AI email builders, AI text builders, AI calling scripts, AI everything. I'm not trying to sell you guys on fancy tools, but what I want to show you guys is you could literally just come in here, prompt it, and it's going to build it out for you. Also for our workflows as well, which I'll talk about, an AI workflow builder. So you could say, hey, I want to create a 12-month past client campaign, and it'll do it for you. So we'll get into that, I promise. Calls, tasks, meetings, text messages, documents, and then the Ask AI is really cool. So the Ask AI, the way that it works is it's going to take into account the client's profile. And if the client has multiple loans, you'll pick the specific loan. But what it's going to do is it's going to say, okay, they're looking to purchase for this purchase price, this loan amount, this state, their W-2, etc. Here's all the information that you have, that we have available. Here's what the AI is telling back to you. And it's also going to ask you further clarifying questions if we're missing additional information on the client's contact. So, maybe you have a contact that has a loan and you're just like, hey, what's the best loan program that we could possibly do for this client based on the lenders that we work with? This will be a great opportunity to use that tool. Moving forward, obviously, as you can see, we have our leads, we have our nurture, our application set, even our past clients. Once again, these are all part of our sales pipeline. The idea is that when I'm coming into my sales pipeline, these are people that are not necessarily in the process of being pre-approved, but these are people that I'm really focusing on selling, on closing, right? I need to make sure I stay in front of them. I'm nurturing them. Obviously, when I get into my past clients, that's a much easier opportunity. These are people that I just really want to stay in front of. I saw somebody, I don't know who that is, FW. I can't see the full names. Oh, there we go. Wow, I could have just done that. Franklin asked, do we have pre-built drip campaigns? Yes, absolutely. So I'll jump into that really quickly. As far as drip campaigns go, you will have access to all of your drip campaigns in here. And then we also, you could tag it so you can create all sorts of categories. Like, we have a rate drop alert, different compliance ones, reporting, lead nurturing, loan processing, etc. And if I were to, for example, open up this template right here, I can actually see the full template. I could zoom in, I could zoom out. I have the ability to customize each and every individual step. And there's a ton of steps that you guys have access to in here. Just so you guys understand the way that this works is at launch, we are going to have quite a bit. We're hoping to have a few dozen pre-built campaigns for each and every single one of you. And the way that these will function is obviously you can come in, you could just turn them on, or you can customize them, you could duplicate them, you could delete them, whatever you'd like. You'll have full customization for this. But to give you an example of how the campaigns work is we initially have the triggers. So obviously, when it's like a new lead created or possibly a new loan or maybe a client emails you, then you have the following actions. So for example, for this campaign, anytime a new lead is created, it automatically checks, hey, is this a purchase? Is this a refi? Is this a cash out? What is it? Depending on what the purpose is, it's going to send a customized email. It's going to wait 2 hours. It's going to send a friendly SMS. So we do have automated SMS, guys. I know a lot of people have been looking for this for a long time. We've gotten a lot of questions about this. We do have automated SMS. For the automated SMS, that will be a separate business line from the number that you have in the system. So for those of you that are coming from a CRM and you already have a business number, we can port your phone line over. However, you will need a second number just for the automated SMS. For those of you that have experience with automating, text messages, you never want to use the same number that you're calling from, just because that's a really quick way to get marked as spam. When the systems, when it recognizes that you're sending the same text message quite a bit, it's going to do that. So we want to be very strategic with how we do that. We want to have a separate number. We handle all the calling settings as well. So I just want to talk about this really briefly. For the Center, we handled the A2P 10DLC registration. So it takes just a few days to get your number registered and going. And when we talk about numbers, it's a very quick process to port your number over if you're coming from an existing system. You guys can refresh your numbers. You can add numbers. You could choose the area code. You could select the state. You could do that for your individual team members or for yourself as well. You could set up all sorts of business hours to make sure that clients can only reach you at certain times. I think for those of us that value our peace and sanity, business hours is a nice thing. I don't like when clients call me past 10:30 at night and I'm sleeping, right? So maybe I want to have a voicemail that says, "Hey, you're calling after my business hours, but I'll reach back out to you 8 a.m. first thing in the morning." We want to kind of set that boundary. If you don't care about business hours, by all means, turn it off. You don't need it. Call routing, on the topic of that, we have all sorts of call routing. So really for our team owners here, or even the people that are part of a team, you can have like just direct line, ring all team members, round robin, where it goes around and see whoever picks up first, essentially, sequential, or even the person who got last called. So you can really set up all sorts of call routing depending on what you're looking to do with the system. You can set up your voicemail. So it's really a fully functioning dialer. It covers everything that you would need out of a dialer system. I saw another question. Will our databases be moved over from FUB? Yes. So Todd, that is a great question, especially for you guys, Todd. Whenever you're closing out your account from like the previous CRM, especially Follow Up Boss, you can export all your data. We'll be assisting any of our active users already, that whoever signed up with V360, even if you were signed up and you canceled or whatever, like we know who you are. You guys will obviously have first dibs to the system, and obviously whoever's here on the webinar as well. But your data, we already house all of it. So we'll be able to make that transition very smooth and easy if you're already working with us and you're coming from a different CRM. So that'll be very easy. Going back to the automations, once again, just to really briefly touch on it and close it out, we will have all these pre-built campaigns and you will have the ability to create your own as well. Now, I know a big concern for a lot of people, especially those that work with enterprise accounts, is, hey, my company made these things, but I don't really like them. I want to customize it for myself. You absolutely can do that. You will have company automations, so the company can set them up. However, you can essentially overwrite those with your own. So you can choose, hey, do I even want these going out? No, I don't. I'll turn it off. I'll create my own, or I could duplicate the existing ones and then customize it for myself as well. So you will have essentially full autonomy to really run the system how you would like it. Was that a question? I don't know what that was. Never mind. I heard something. All right. So moving on from the automations and just kind of going back to the pipelines, we talked about the sales pipeline. Same thing with the loan pipeline. For those of you that are using any of the loan origination systems that we integrate with, such as Arive, LendingPad, Encompass, Lotusoft, Calyx, Path, Byte, these systems will all be fully integrated. Right now, this demo account technically is connected to Arive. So when I go into my loan pipeline, any of my applications that are coming in from Arive will start to pull in through here. We will already have pre-built pipelines for the LOS that you're using. However, you can also come in here and customize and add additional focus views. For example, pre-approved clients. For those of you that use Arive, in Arive, there's nothing that says pre-approved looking in 3 to 6 months, looking in 6+, right? That's not a thing. So that'll be a simple field that you can update within here. And then obviously you can essentially manage and nurture your clients a lot more efficiently. Moving on from the loan pipeline, once again, it's as your clients are pulling in from your LOS, they will automatically be updated throughout these different stages. So whatever stages you have in your LOS, we're going to make sure we match it. I would recommend not messing with it because you don't want to have different mismatching stages between your CRM and your LOS. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm working in my CRM, I want to make things as simple as possible. I don't want to have to think twice about, wait, what does this stage mean? I just want it to be one and one. And then obviously your current active closings as well. So that's your loan pipeline. Once again, very simple, very straightforward, integrates directly with the LOS. You really don't have to do anything in here besides open up your client's profile and actually work on the file. That's pretty much it. Josh, my man, he asked, will the dialer be similar to FUB? When someone calls, will their name pop up or will pop up as your least used? Yeah, it's going to be very similar to FUB. We're using Twilio, obviously, so it is pretty much the same functionality. We will also be launching the mobile app as well, so that way you guys will have access to make calls from your desktop or from the mobile app. And just so you guys are aware, for those of you that do not use a dialer, we are working on a solution to also track and manage calls from your personal cell phone when they're made from your phone. If you have the client in the system. So that's going to be a huge game changer for some people that are just really not willing to adopt using a separated business line. I'm all for having a separate business line, but I know some people are way too invested in their personal number where they have like 20, 30 years of experience with it. So I get that. Automated survey or review requests. Oh, absolutely. We currently do that right now just with existing systems. But that's a simple automation that we can build out. Depending on how you're collecting reviews, whether it's Google, whether it's Yelp, whatever it is, we can include that as part of your automation sequence. So, for example, if I have a past client, a post-closing campaign, what I would do is, me personally, I would include my review link on every single email and SMS that goes out. On those first few emails, just requesting the email, requesting the survey or the review. Are co-borrowers attached to the borrower contact? Yes, absolutely. So you'll notice over here in the relationship section, relationships isn't just co-borrowers. Relationships could be husband, wife, spouse. It could be anything. So yes, you will have the co-borrowers in the relationship section, but also if I were to open up a client, this client only has one loan. So I'm only seeing one loan. But if they were to have multiple loans, anytime I click on a loan, what it's going to do is it'll actually open it up and I can see all the contacts associated with it. So that way, if there's separate co-borrowers for separate loans with the same contact, I will also see that for every individual loan. I think that's really important because not only may we have separate co-borrowers within a loan, but we also will have separate business contacts such as buyer's agents, listing agents, etc. So I want to be able to track that and automate that without complicating my life. And that's what kind of leads me into the next point is our business partner pipelines. So right now, we talked about sales, we talked about loans, but how about recruiting agents? How about focusing on staying in front of agents, on our business partners? What I've done, and this is personally how I would work, is within my real estate agent master pipeline, I have my sub pipelines, which is my prospects. So these are agents that I'm not working with currently. These are agents that are, I just have not been doing business with yet. And what I've done is I've created stages to essentially try to get them to do business with me. Then I have my active partners. These are repeat partners, top partners, VIP, etc. And then I have my re-engagement. These are agents that I used to work with, but for some reason, things just haven't been working out as of recently. But one of my favorite things about this real estate partner pipeline is, first and foremost, every single pipeline is fully customizable. So before I go, I'm going to go over here. If I go to, for example, my custom fields, you guys will notice I can create different custom fields for different pipelines. So I'm not having 1,000 different custom fields that I create for my leads that are also showing up on my business partners, right? I don't need to see buyer agent volume and units for my loans or for my leads. I don't need to see that. I just want to see that in my business partners pipeline for my real estate agents. So once again, going back to my realtors, if I were to go into this realtor profile, this can look completely different compared to what a client's profile will look like. And just so you guys can understand as well, within the realtor's profile, we have two unique things that you will see here that you won't find on your clients. And this is for all your referral partners. We have a referral section and we have a performance metrics section. How does this work? Essentially, anytime that I add a referral into the system, whether I add it from here or if I add it from here, I can actually sync it directly with a referral partner. It doesn't even have to be a real estate agent. It could be a title company that referred it to me. It could be another loan officer, whatever it is. But I can create a sync where it's going to automatically associate that client with that contact. Now, once I add that lead, anytime that anything is being updated within the lead's profile or within the loan itself, that will start to show up in the performance metrics over here. So let's say a realtor referred me a lead and they're still working with them. I will see the total lead count go up. I'll see any closed loans that we have, volume, conversion rates, average loan amount, etc. Why is this important? For those of you guys and ladies that are getting a lot of business from realtors, imagine how cool it is to just open up a realtor's profile and see that you had 100 calls this year, but you have 0 loans closed. I'd be pretty pissed. I'll be honest with you, right? I'd be really pissed. I'd be like, wait a minute. I spent 100 calls with you and we closed 0 loans. Maybe I should start talking to other people. Now, I'm not telling you guys that the agent is the problem. Maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're calling that agent too much, knowing very well they're not going to give you business. Maybe you have to change your strategy. But the idea is that I can track all of that within the agent's profile. The agents that I want to work with are the ones that I have 5 calls and 5 loans closed. Now that I'm like, okay, there we go. Now there's my dollar for my effort, whatever you want to call it. But we want to be a little bit more efficient, and this is just a quick and easy way to track that. Obviously, tracking our performance of our realtor partners is not done solely within the agent's profile. We also have our partner performance page. So the idea behind the partner performance page, once again, this is very customizable, but you'll see all of your referral partners. You can see your closed loans, your closed volume. You can see your top refers. You can even see different tiers. So as I'm adding more contacts, whether it's agents, title companies, insurance agents, etc., I can actually see, where are the majority of my leads coming from? Where are the majority of my closings coming from? I have different performance trends by partner type, and once again, my top performers. This page is not final, guys, so take it with a grain of salt. This is going to be a lot more expansive, a lot more customizable, but just so you guys can understand where we're heading with this as we get closer to launching. You're essentially going to be able to have multiple pages of different reporting metrics specifically for your referral partners. That's not even including, obviously, our reporting dashboard, which is separate. Do we integrate with Redder? Yes, we are focusing on integrating with Redder. We do plan on having that very soon, hopefully. So that is something we're in the middle of working on. We're also going to be integrating with, I believe, Model Match and MMI. So for those of you that are collecting, information such as, units and purchase volume, etc., from buyers agents, listing agents, and maybe even loan officers if you're trying to recruit. You can see loan volume units closed. We will integrate with those systems so that way you can have access to see that within the person's profile. Once again, if you're getting business from other loan officers or anything like that, you will have access to see that within here as well. And it will also have custom fields built out for tracking whatever it is that you need to track. And once again, you can create your own. So the whole idea is that you can really make the system your own. Moving on from that, unless we have any other questions, I'll take a brief pause to see if we have any questions. When it comes to communications, I know we talked a little bit about the inbox, but just to show you guys as well, if I have access to this, perfect. Okay, we have access to this. We can create calling campaigns, scripts as well. So for those of you that like scripting calls, and maybe you're used to using like a dialer system, you will have a lot of that functionality within here. You could generate a script yourself, or you could generate with AI as well. So you will have the ability to do that. You're going to have AI insights. So it's going to tell you like, hey, basically, these are some of the biggest opportunities that you have based on your calls. Go ahead and, tackle these, obviously. When it comes to email campaigns, very similar. We have your templates over here. You have your analytics. You can see your active campaigns, how many emails were sent, your open rates, your click rates. You can even track it based on a per campaign basis. So you can see all sorts of different things. You could pause campaigns, view the details behind them. You can edit a campaign as it's already running as well. And then same for your SMS. It's the exact same thing. So we're going to have all sorts of automations built out on top of the campaigns that we're building out for calling, texting, and emailing. We have an AI voice agent that will be available most likely not at launch. It is working, but I don't think we're going to launch with this yet, just because there's a few things that we want to make sure are good. But you will essentially be able to create your own AI voice agent that can handle outbound and inbound calls. So if I have a new lead coming in from a specific lead source, just to show you guys the capabilities of this, I can actually go to my workflows. Do I have access here? I can go to my workflows and I could say, hey, if a new lead came in, I want my outbound agent to go ahead and call, right? And what I can do is I can create some conditional logic. So if a new lead came in and, that lead is, I'll move this over here, sorry. And if that lead is like a conventional loan or it's this loan or whatever, I can have the AI voice agent run. So the AI voice agent you can have it run for every new lead, which I probably wouldn't recommend. I would set up some form of conditional logic so that way it's only running on certain use cases, because you wouldn't want every lead that you put in to have your AI voice agent just calling out. Is this GHL? No, this is not GHL. That is a great question. Does it look like GHL? Please let me know. I know a lot of CRMs look very similar nowadays, but I promise you this is not GHL. This is our own proprietary system that we've been building for quite a while. And just to talk to you guys about the benefit of the fact that we've been building this ourselves, with the expansion of AI and all the advancements in software, A lot of CRMs are going to become very outdated very soon. I'm not saying that to try to tell you guys, oh, you need to hop on board with us, but it's just a fact. A lot of them are built on old back-end code, so they can't keep up, unfortunately. So a lot of the things that we're going to be rolling out, a lot of CRMs are going to be struggling to try to come out with, which is why we want to get this launched for you guys as soon as possible because we know that this is a big need for a lot of people. Yeah, Ricky said it looks similar, but it's not. No, thank God, right? It's not. Um, Josh had another question. When you're calling through the smart list, what does it look like? So let me go in here and let me see if I have access to smart list. So Josh, anytime, like once again, Josh, this is actually not 100%. But the idea is that whenever you're going through a smart list, you have access to essentially, you'll have like your little dialer tool. So you could literally just click and then it will start a calling campaign. And the idea behind a calling campaign is it'll just go through everybody one by one. And if you pause it and you leave the system, you can come back. Or you can have a separate thing, which is where our communications kind of comes through, which is our calling campaigns. So you can create an AI outbound campaign that will automatically reach out to clients. And then you could set it up. So you could have, like, for example, your different voice agents. And from there, I can choose my different contacts or my different lists that I wanted to reach out to. And then from there, I can have it start to calling the clients, just try to get them to connect with me. What does the referral? Oh wait, Ricky's on. Oh, never mind. Sorry. What does a referral partner portal look like? So, the updated referral partner portal is not. I don't have access to it here because we are currently working on it. For those of you that do not know, we do have a realtor. Well, we call it portal, but it's really a referral partner portal. It is a portal that allows your referral partners, especially mostly your agents to view essentially all of the clients that you guys are working with together. Hopefully by next webinar, next week, I can show you guys that updated system. A lot of our features are currently offline right now because everything is localized as we're working on it before we push it public. Now, on the topic of the referral partner portal, for those of you that don't understand what this is, the idea is that when I'm in my system, I can see all the clients I'm working with an agent. I have access to all that. But what do my referral partners see? It's extremely important that they have a dashboard, that they have a view where they can see all of this as well. So the idea is that if your referral partner is using a CRM, we can connect your system to their CRM so that way you can push updates to their system. This is already something we set up for a lot of our Leaf 360 users. I'm sure they could talk about it in the chat. It works. For those that do not have a CRM, we will have a free dashboard or a portal that will allow the agent to essentially see where all the clients are at in the process that they're working with you. Um, can we customize the voice agent's voice? Absolutely. The whole idea behind the AI voice agent is that you feed it your voice, you feed it your scripts, you feed it anything that it knows about you, so it could sound just like you, or it could sound like somebody else. Maybe you don't want it to sound like you. Maybe you want it to sound like just somebody else, and that way it sounds like a person is connecting you. So you guys can absolutely customize that. When you're calling one by one, will the notes and all the info record be up on the screen? For example, yes. So when you're calling, if I were to go in and I were to call a client, I will have access to all the information. The calling will just do a little pop-up. So that way I still have free reign to go in here. I can update notes, etc. So yeah, it's not going to affect your functionality or like any visuals. My assistant, Nick. Oh yeah, you want it to sound like Are you referring to me, Todd? Is that me? I was like, you got an assistant named Nick? I was like, that's crazy because I'm always working with you. That's so funny. Yes, yes, absolutely. Look, if you guys want your voice agent to sound like me, so I go, hey, what's going on? I'm Todd's partner. If you're not gonna get better rates anywhere else, you might as well just pick up the phone. I can do that. I'll be your guys' voice agent. I'm very happy to do that. I love speaking. Um, James asked, when is it launching? James, we are looking to launch very soon. I've just tried to avoid giving people an exact launch date because just so you guys are aware, we are internally testing this right now with a few different mortgage companies, but we are going to be opening this up to all of you that are on the early access very soon. The only reason that we've stopped opening it up is because we've gotten too much feedback, and we realized that we could not handle opening it up to everybody at that time. So we had to stop. So we just try to keep it very limited, but it's at the point where everything is pretty much fully functioning. Just so you guys understand what we are waiting on is the reporting dashboard is being finalized. And then our automations as well. Those are fully functioning, but there's a few things that we want to tweak on there. We don't want to give you guys a half system. So I will say that. We need a date. I don't know if Mike is still on here, but Mike Rendeo at MLB Wholesale, they're an amazing partner of ours. They've been using our wholesale CRM, and that has been live for them for about 2 months now. And I don't know if he's still on the call, but we are going to be doing a video with him as well, most likely. And they've been using it, and it's been working flawlessly. So I say that because we're very confident. Okay, he said it's great. Thanks, Mike. He's actually been a huge, huge, huge help with building this. Um, he didn't ask me to shout him out, but MLB Wholesale, if you guys want to check it out, they're an amazing lender for all my brokers out there. Check them out. Seriously, they're awesome. Um, can the AI scrub the DNC list if we upload leads? Yes. So that is a great question. So I don't have access to it here. I just have a small snippet of it, but this is our AI coach, right? So kind of what you're talking about, Todd, is what we're calling Leah, our AI assistant, the AI coach. And the idea behind it is that you can have it will scrub your databases. And it's going to tell you, hey, basically, these are the opportunities that are available for you right now. So let's say you wanted it to just say, hey, I need you to go through, for example, if I go to my sales pipeline and like I don't think I have access. Yeah, I don't have access to it right here, but you can essentially have it say, hey, there's going to be like a little AI chat bot that's going to be on the bottom right of your screen. And you could say, hey, look through my leads pipeline and show me what opportunities are available from clients that I have not contacted. Something like that. And it's going to say, hey, these are the clients that you can actually reach out to. You guys already kind of saw a little snippet of the AI working in here, obviously. If the AI is working in here, that is available within the client's profile, but we're going to have a chat bot that's going to be more of a universal thing as well. Will the recruiting platform come over with the CRM? So the recruiting platform will be separate. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek on that really quickly. The recruiting platform is strictly for recruiting, hiring, and onboarding. Okay. I'm not going to dive too much into this today, just for the sole fact that we're going to be doing a separate call for this. But the recruiting platform will be for those of you that are looking to grow your team, that are looking to hire loan officers, that are looking to hire processors, LOAs, and that are tired of using spreadsheets. So yes, that will be. Uh, Please go to Dabo. Can you put the full link in the chat so I could show them? Sorry, just so I make sure. Is this it? That's Dabo, our developer, in the chat. Look at that. He's making a special appearance. Sorry. Oh, is this it, Dabo? Guys, I'm learning stuff as we go, by the way. I'm telling you, we're making update. Hold on. Okay, Dabo. Guys, Dabo's a little shy sometimes, but I need Dabo to come on here and speak really quickly. Dabo, I'm gonna make you a panelist if you can just please come for 2 seconds. Dabo, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Oh wait, we're not hearing you, Dabo. Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes. All right, guys. This man right here, none of this would be possible without him. Okay. He is a very, very humble man. He doesn't like to come on camera all the time. Are you going to share your screen, Thabo, really quickly for everybody?
Okay, okay.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to let Thabo take over with his screen share really quickly, so he could show you guys. So, Thabo, what are you showing everybody right now? I'm so sorry.
So I was showing, I think some of the people were asking with regards to, for example, how's my day looking like, or how's my week looking like, how's my pipeline looking like? And this basically, in it also, you can obviously connect it to your Slack if you're working with your team on Slack, or your calendar on your Google. So
Mhm.
it basically summarizes everything that's coming in and out of your pipeline. So you can do
Nice. By the
basically
way, Thabo, we don't
summarize
see your
my
screen yet.
emails.
We don't see your
Oh,
screen if you're sharing. Sorry. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Sorry.
Is it on or no?
No, not yet. I'm not seeing it. Unless I'm blind. I don't see your screen. I gave you permission to share. Can you try sharing again? Does it
Let me see. Shit.
Okay, now it's showing. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Do Arrive notes copy over? That would have to be with Arrive's direct API integration. Dabo, are they allowing notes to come over with the direct API integration?
Correct. For Arive,
Yeah.
I haven't looked at that. It's only
Yeah,
been the pipelines that we've been
we'll
doing in
confirm
terms of the
after.
data, writing back to Arrive and also reading from Arrive.
Yeah, we'll confirm after. Um, but yeah, so Dabo's showing us a little
So,
example of
all right.
the agent.
Can you please summarize my week?
So yeah, I'm really excited, guys. I'll be very honest with you guys. I haven't even seen this yet. I've seen a little bit of it, but this is really cool. um,
So basically what this is doing, right? It's basically going through your whole system and kind of summarizing what's important, what you need to pay attention to. You can literally work directly from here. You can create leads directly from this view and literally just speaking to it.
yeah,
It will highlight opportunities for you. It will even prepare some like follow-up emails specifically so you can say, hey, prepare follow-up email for William Jones. And then because it's connected to your email, it'll obviously be able to send any information to him directly from here. So there you go. It first searched for William Jones, it found him, and then prepares the email for you. Now from here, you can
So does
create
it,
follow-up
I'm
tasks,
sorry to
send
interrupt
an
you, but does
email.
it read his email and then
Uh,
and give you a response? Is that what it's how it's
So what
knows
it's
to do
doing
that?
here, it's drafting an email that you would like to send as a follow-up to William Jones, for example. So
mhm,
it first gets the context and then prepares an email that you might be happy with. Now, the most important thing is that you first have to personalize who you are, how you speak, how you communicate, your writing style, and all of that, so that it can actually, when you're speaking to borrowers or partners, it understands who you are and how
yeah,
you speak generally, so that it's not making up its own personality. And then the
yeah,
most important thing as well is that every time you want it to remember something, it'll automatically pick up certain things as you're correcting it and making it better. That it basically creates its own memory bank that it basically knows, okay, Joshua basically prefers me to speak this way or to do these things when I'm actually speaking to him. And then also even manual things that you can say, hey, I want you to remember these things about me so that when we're actually interacting throughout the system, that I know it basically knows and gets better with time so that
yeah.
it handles and works alongside you.
It's like anything. The more you use it, the better it's going to work. Obviously, and for those of you that are already using AI a lot, the like if you use ChatGPT, Claude, etc., the more information you give it, it's going to be way more efficient. Obviously, um, yeah. So that's just a sneak peek of the AI tool, guys.
Yeah.
This is
So
yeah. I knew we were working on this. I'm just really excited to see it, obviously, in here. I didn't know it was a live demo, so that's really cool.
no,
Uh,
no reason.
yeah, so
I just wanted to
obviously,
show a sneak peek of it.
yeah, no, thank you, Davo. And like I said, this is you guys may not have seen you may have seen Davo, obviously, for those of you that have worked with us, you've met him before. But Davo doesn't always come on the webinars. He's always busy. But he's always watching. And I really like I said, if it wasn't for him, none of this would be happening. Christian as well. Christian unfortunately couldn't make it. He was really sad he couldn't make it. But you guys will have the opportunity to speak with Christian on the next webinar next week as well. I do kind of want to wrap it up there. I do want to just open up the floor for questions, Q&A, any conversations that you guys may want to have, just because I think we've ran through quite a bit today, and you guys have seen a little bit of new features that we did not show last week, which I did promise that, week over week, we're constantly updating it, refining things. But, we're really excited to launch this to you all. Trust me, we can't wait either. We need to get this out to you guys. We understand the urgency. We understand a lot of the pain points that you all have, and we're looking to hopefully solve them. Now, I know there's a lot of fancy things in the system. I don't want you guys to get all caught up in that, because very similar to a lot of CRMs out there, there's all these fancy bells and whistles. You have all this AI. We want to make the system simple. For those of you that are not looking for all the fancy things, we want to keep it easy to use, simple to use. And that's really the name of the game. You don't need 1,000 fancy tools, but we will have them anyways. So for those of you that are more power users and very complex, those tools are going to be available for you. For those of you that don't care about all that, our focus is to make sure that the system runs smoothly and as simple as possible. So that's our ultimate goal. As we open up the early access, you're going to receive an email with instructions to log in. If you're an existing Leaf 360 user, you will simply use your existing login credentials. It's going to be a different URL. If you are not an existing Leaf 360 user, you could sign up, set up your credentials, we'll connect your systems, and then you'll be good to go from day one. As far as onboarding training, we're going to be doing a lot of the onboarding and training in groups. The only reason we're doing it like that is because we literally have hundreds of people that are waiting to jump on. It would be very difficult for us to try to do one-on-one for everybody. We're not saying that we can't do one-on-ones. However, right off the bat, we are going to encourage people. We're going to do multiple group meetings a day, and we're going to follow a very specific schedule that will cover very specific topics to get you up and running as soon as possible, along with a training library. So if you're a person that's a little bit more advanced, you'll still have access to be able to go online. You can still reach out to us. We'll be able to schedule calls, but we're going to try to keep our group calls as the main focus. That way also people can learn from others, because what we've noticed when we do group trainings, for those that have already been on the platform and that have had the opportunity to hop on group calls, it's always been great because people could share what works for them. So that'll be really exciting too. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I'm done rambling. I'll open the floor for any questions. Is there an all-in-one price for the add-ons? No. So right now, guys, it is where our base price is $59. That is our current base price at Leaf 360. If you're already there, your price is not changing, obviously. There will be add-ons like for the dialer, for specific for credits, for example, for like automated SMS. So little things like that will be add-ons. But as far as functionality goes, a lot of most of the features that you've seen on the screen are going to be part of your base price. We will finalize the final pricing for the CRM plus the dialer, so I don't have that 100% finalized. But we're looking at keeping everything under $100, guys. We want to be very competitive, and you know we're just trying to bring a solution that's going to make sense for everybody. That's ultimately our goal there. Any other questions? Is there a Calendly type feature? So, Dabo, if you're still there, I know we are working on creating a calendar integration, like an internal one. But at the moment, we do integrate with Calendly. We integrate with Zoom. We integrate with all sorts of scheduling and calendar tools. So if you are using Calendly, Calendly is amazing. In my opinion, I use it. It works. TidyCal, I know that one as well. So as long as there's any kind of integration, we can connect you to it. So we can do that for now. I can't promise that we're going to have our own built-in Calendly at launch. It is something that we have talked about, though, but it's not going to be available at launch. So if you're using something else, keep using it. You can integrate it with our system. Thank you, TR. Oh, man, I can't see full names here. One second. I don't know why. Okay, hold on. There we go. Now I can see full names. Timothy. Thank you, Timothy. Awesome, brother. Thank you. What lead sources do you integrate with? That's actually a great question, Armand. So when it comes to lead sources, I'm not sure if this is still up right now. It might be hidden. Is it hidden? I believe it is hidden. Yes. Okay, it's hidden because we're working on it. So ignore my screen. Sorry about that. Currently, like I know a few of the lead sources, LendingTree, MRC, Realtor.com. Pretty much any lead source that's available out there that has any kind of webhook capabilities, Zapier, direct API integration, we can connect to. When it comes to lead sources as well, you will have a separate pipeline to just manage your lead sources. So they will also pull into your typical pipelines, but you'll also be able to see how much money you're spending on those lead sources, what the revenue looks like, your closings. So we integrate with pretty much any lead source that is open, that can connect. We all need to pitch in and get Davo a few cases of energy drinks. Hey, Dabo's not too far. You could he's here in South Florida. So you could ship it here. I'll bring it to him. You can ship it to him. That's hilarious, Josh. I don't even think Dabo's an energy drink kind of guy. Dabo, are you a coffee or a tea kind of guy? I think he's a tea kind of guy.
Tea, yeah.
Yeah,
That gives
Dabo's
you a
a
lot
tea
of
kind of
energy,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Dabo, if you want to put in the chat what your favorite type of tea is, I'm sure Josh will send something out to us. Absolutely, Fernando. There will absolutely be a discount for annual subscriptions. To purchase once, that's a great question. That would be something you would have to inquire about. I'll be honest with you. I don't have anything for that right now. But we will have a discount for the annual subscription. As our current pricing stands for our current users, you save 2 months on the annual subscription. And depending on how large your team is, we also have discounts there as well. So for solo loan officers, the pricing will obviously be technically a little bit more expensive compared to if you're running a team because you're going to get a discount for each individual team member. So when we have our final pricing, that will be up, and we will have that on the website. But yeah. Any other questions before we close out here, guys? By the way, thank you guys for being so engaging. This was very awesome. It was very awesome. I really liked this webinar today. It was cool. It was more than cool. It was awesome. All right. Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are good. I will close the floor now. Thank you all so much for joining. We're actually doing another webinar in an hour in 30 minutes. This is a little bit of a different webinar. If anybody wants to join, just message me. You guys have my information. I'll invite you to that. However, I believe next week we're going to do 2 webinars. One to talk a little bit about the other workspaces, and we're also going to revisit this CRM to show you guys the new features that are being rolled out. We want you guys to know things are being worked on. So stay tuned, stay on the lookout. And most likely at this point, I think we're just going to start using the same link. We're going to create like a recurring webinar because we're getting so much interest. So if you guys can, for the next email, just keep that link in case you're interested in coming on all the future webinars. But hopefully not too many more webinars before we launch. All right. Thank you all for your time. I'll look at the camera now. It was such a blessing having each and every single one of you here. I hope you all have a blessed day. Thank you for taking the time to, listen to me ramble for 45, 55 minutes, and we will see you all soon. Take care, guys.